Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking on Capnclydes MTG. We've got Bloomburrow spoilers day 2, and there's some juice in here, I'm not going to lie. So, before we get started, don't forget comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Comments down below will feed the YouTube algorithm. Be careful, it's dangerous down there. And we get to 1,000 subscribers, it's going to be giveaway time. It's going to be fun for everyone involved. So, without further ado, let's see some cards, baby. We're going to start off with the Galewind Moose. Moose. It's the Canada tank. 2 green and 4 for a 6/6 flash, vigilance, reach, trample. And I guess they ran out of words because, I mean, there's still a few keywords left we can stick on this. Jesus Christ. Won't see a whole lot of plays. It just doesn't do enough for 6. But in limited, sweet mother of God, look out, Elks in the house. Wow. Next we have the Bramble Guard Veteran. 2 green and 1 for this 3/4 Raccoon Warrior. Whenever you expend 4, which means you spend 4 mana in a turn, raccoons you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance till end of turn. That's really good. That's probably good. That's easily good enough for limited. Maybe good enough to see a little standard play. Spending 4 mana is not hard in standard. And, I mean, if there's such a thing as a standard raccoon deck, for the love of God, let there be Trash Panda Beatdown, this would be really good because this is also a raccoon, which means it's going to be a 4/5 for 3. And you cast it on turn 3. On turn 4, you spend all 4 of your mana. Ho, ho, ho. Vigilance, 4/5, beat face. And if you've got other raccoons, then, yep, Trash Panda Beatdown in the house. So, Iridescent Vine Lasher. 1 black for a 1/2 Lizard Assassin. Now, this has Offspring of 2, which means for every 2 colorless past the normal casting cost, you get a 1/1 that comes in as a copy of it. It has Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. This sounds good, but I personally think this is trash. Might be good in an older format for 1 black because you got lots of fetch lands. You can literally shock somebody every turn. Put your fetch land in, deal damage to your opponent. Fetch, you take 1, they take 1, everybody takes 1. So maybe okay, but just really not seeing it. If there was more fetch ability in standard, maybe. But hey, with the new Bloomburrow stuff, maybe we'll see some of that. But I seriously doubt it. So, And it is a rare, so sorry, Popper guys. This one's not for you. Next, we have the Bright Blade Stoat. I guess a weasel is a stoat. Anyway, Weasel Soldier, a white and 1 for a 2/2 first strike and lifelink uncommon. Holy cow, is this good for a vanilla creature. Now, first strike and lifelink doesn't mean it's vanilla, but 2 mana 2/2 with 2 abilities, pretty high on the menu, I would say. Great for limited. May even see some standard play because first strike at 2/2 for 2 is just good. I mean, Elvis Archers, anybody? This is a 2/2, not a 2/1. And it has lifelink. And it's white. Anyway, moving on. Next, we have Heartfire Hero. 1 red Mouse Soldier, 1/1. Uh-oh, this sounds good. So it has Valiant. Whenever the Heartfire Hero becomes target spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Holy crap, is that good. When Heartfire Hero dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Oh, my purse. Oh, my God. This is going to be the new card for probably some version of a modern limited. It's going to be a limited all-star or cut or standard deck. I mean, we already have things like, I forget what it is, but it's the 1 red spell that gives the target creature +2/+0, puts a beast enchantment thing on it, giving it +1/+1, which this on turn 1, doing that to it on turn 2 would make this thing a 3/3 +2, a 5/3 on turn 2. I mean, that is already insane. This is going to be a good card. Get your foils if they're cheap. Holy cow. All right, next we have Brazen Collector, a red and 1 Raccoon Rogue, 2/1 first striker. Jesus, all these cards are so good at cheap. Whenever the collector attacks, you can add 1 red till end of turn. You don't lose mana as a phase in. Nothing like mana ramp in red because, you know, what color doesn't need mana ramp, I guess. Limited all-star. This raccoon may definitely be good enough for standard because nothing's better than laying this on turn 2, then swinging with it. If it dies, oh well. It's now turn 3, and you can cast a 4-mana spell, which is pretty boss. Now, next we have the Sun's Fire Links. 2 red and 2 for a 5/4. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. Holy cow. And when it enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. The giggles are abound. This is going to be really big in Commander for when you want to get yourself killed. This is basically going to be suicide when you cast this card. Also, could be good in Standard against Life Day and Pioneer decks. And in Pioneer, also, you know, just non-basic lands in general decks. So, this has some possibilities for 4 mana. I'm not going to lie. This has some feet. Matter of fact, it's got 4 of them. Anyway, we have Valley Rally. Red and 2 instant gift of food. So you give your opponent a food as a gift. Creatures you control get +2/+0 to end of turn. If the gift was promised, target creature you control gains first strike to end of turn. Ew. This seems like a really bad card. It has its place in Limited. I'm not going to say it doesn't. However, don't see a whole lot of things going on with this. Just, it doesn't target creatures. I mean, I guess target creature gains first strike. It would work with the 1 red, 1 drop. You give that, you know, but then you got to give your opponent a food. That may be detrimental, maybe not. Who knows? Basic thing. Consumed by greed. Look at this. Poor little squirrels. 2 black and 1 instant. Gift a card, so the opponent gets to draw a card with this one. Target opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. If the gift was promised, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Wow, this seems good. This definitely has its place. Depending on how the format shapes up. Great for Limited, because you get creatures back out of your graveyard. Letting them draw a card may be a bit much, but I mean, sometimes if you're getting a bomb out of the graveyard, it doesn't matter if you let them draw a card or two. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So yeah, seems okay. Next we have Manifold Mouse. Get it, Manny? Anyway, so Manny here for red and 1 is a 1/2 offspring 2. So for every 2 past the first 2 cast, you get a 1/1 copy of it. Beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of double strike or trample to end of turn. God, that's awful. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I mean, double strike's cool, trample's fine, but it's a 1/2 and the copies are 1/1s. I just think there's way too much creature removal for this to make a difference in a serious format like Standard. This might be okay in Limited to fill the 2-spot drop. That's really about it. This is going to be dollar bin. Wow, very underimpressive. Next we have Zoraline Cosmos Collar. That is the weirdest looking bat I've ever seen. Anyway, black, white, and 1 for a 3/3 flying vigilance bat cleric. Whenever a bat you control attacks, you gain 1 life. That's kind of cool. Whenever Zoraline enters or attacks, you may pay a black and white and 2 life. When you do, return target non-land permanent card, mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. This is really good for 3. It is legendary, thank God. This will probably be an all-star in Standard. I don't think it's going to see a lot of modern play. It does have some modern chops. But it does cause mana to be sunk into it and cost you 2 life, which in Modern can get you killed quick and in a hurry against other red decks or combo decks. So maybe not so much. Limited All-Star. Anyway, Mabel's Medal. Mabel. Anyway, white and 1 instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 to end of turn. Up to 1 other target creature gets +1/+1 to end of turn. Great combat trick, but clearly only for Standard. I'm sorry. Limited. You thought I was going to say Standard, didn't you? Yeah, I almost did. Anyway, we have Quake Tusk Boar, 2 red and 3 for a 5/5 reach trample haste. I mean, it's fine for Limited. It's a Ball Lightning / Great Defender that stays around for 5. It's not going to see play anywhere else. There's no reason. All right, we have Sugarcoat. Blue and 2, enchantment aura, flash, enchanted creature or food. Enchanted permanent is a colorless food artifact with sacrifice. You gain 3 life. Loses all ability. So, enchanted permanent is colorless food artifact. So I'm really confused here. I get the enchant creature part, but why does it say or food? I mean, maybe I'm missing something here because if you enchant a food, it gets the same ability that it already has as a food. Unless maybe your food is a creature, but then it can enchant the creature. I'm so confused with this. Anyway, it's decent removal for limited, I guess, and moving on. All right, we have Bramble Guard Captain, a red and 3 for a 2/3. Beginning combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +X/+O until the end of turn, where X is the Bramble Guard's Captain's power. That's not bad. Worst case scenario, this thing's a 4/3 that can swing, or you can pump somebody else to try to get in there. If you get multiples of these things, ooh, Nelly. And if you can pump this thing, wow. Give this bad boy some trample and just get in there. So anyway, moving on. So with that said, that's all the leaks we have for today. Going to bed early, so if I missed a couple, sorry, I'll hit them up tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. And until next time, be kind. I hope to see you across the game table. Later, player. Gen Con. Going to Gen Con.